The most recommended anime of all time might be getting a season 2. Welcome back to the More Than Cartoon Podcast. I'm your host with my co-host, Will, and I got something to tell you a little bit before we get into this. We're going to throw a bunch of information at you guys. Those who are used to having a set topic for today, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be probably a little bit ADHD 10. If you've listened to us for a long time, you understand how it has been. But it's going to be all over the place. I want to give you guys a bunch of information because we have a lot that has come out this week recently. A lot of good things. I haven't really found any bad things. I think I'll leave that for Will if he's found anything bad, because so far I've only found potentially good. Potentially.
I mean, there's definitely some bad stuff, like when it involves One Punch Man and like AI and One
We
Punch Man
have
season 3. Which we should say One
we
Frame
have
Man now.
yeah, which I mean, right before we get into anything, we called it. We called it.
We did, yeah.
Okay. But right here, right now, I'm gonna go over a quick list of stuff I want to talk about recently that's happened in the anime community. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Wow, big news, something we haven't talked about originally, right? Well,
We've never talked about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle.
No, never, not at all. But Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1, released in September 12th, right, is the #1 anime movie of all time.
Yep. It also
Big surprise, right?
It's also broken I don't know if you're about to say this, but it broke the record of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that held the most profitable foreign film in American history.
Wasn't it for 25 years?
25 years, yeah. It was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Insane. That is
now
insane.
It's Demon Slayer Infinity Castle.
Anime's not popular. It's too niche, right? Well, this has me a little concerned because what we have coming soon in the anime movie genre, we have Chainsaw Man Rise arc movie coming out. What is it? A week from now? Almost a week or two from now? October 24th.
I've got
22nd for who have early access, but
I've got early access on the 21st. I got invited to a premiere in Dallas.
So a day before.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
cool.
The question I have for this though is, do you think it's going to live up to the hype? Because I mean, you're coming off of the first and seeing how the trailer going from, if you look at, what was it, 2022 when Chainsaw Man first came out versus 2025, everyone has been running it through the blender because it just looks like a downgrade in animation, actually. Which is, if you look at Demon Slayer,
honestly, I think I think it looks good. I think it looks solid. I think one thing that it does have going for it that the JJK movie that's going to be coming out at the end of the year doesn't have going for it is that the Rise arc movie is actually a standalone movie. Like they're taking the Rise arc, the Bomb Double arc, and putting
making it into a movie.
Making it into a movie, which is exactly what they're doing with Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle, what they did with Mugen Train. Whereas with Jujutsu Kaisen, they're going back on that old reliable of like, hey, the movie's coming out and it's the last 2 episodes of season 2 and the first 2 episodes of season 3 as a movie. Now, I'm still going to go see it, but it's not like a movie. So I think the Rise arc movie does have that going for it. I just don't see it being better or more hyped than Demon Slayer. Now, I could be wrong, but I just don't see it happening. Personally, just Demon Slayer is a lot more popular, and you got to think Demon Slayer going into this movie already had 6 seasons behind it, or 4 seasons, however many seasons it was. Many seasons, 5 or 6. Chainsaw Man has 1 season, 12 episodes, right? Which are very good. I like it. I mean, I have the manga right there. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, same here.
Yeah. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I'm gonna go see it, and it'll probably be great.
Well, here's my thought process.
Hey, there's gonna be a lot more fan service. That's for sure.
That's true. So, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, #1 anime movie out there, #1 anime in the world. I think, though, Chainsaw Man will be perceived better by the anime fans, the OGs, okay? Because technically, before Demon Slayer, they're OGs. That's the way I perceive it. Anything after Demon Slayer movie, it's going to be non-OG. I think it's going to be perceived better because if you look at Demon Slayer, the movies, how they are, and as you perceived it too when you watched it, they feel like you can do 3 episodes in 1 movie. They kind of feel like they kind of chop them up. That's what they did with Mugen Train. That's what you also believe is going to happen for Infinity Castle Part 1, 2, 3, potentially. So with Chainsaw Man and what you just said, that Chainsaw Man Rise arc is an entire arc dedicated as a standalone movie, meaning it possibly won't turn into episodes.
Right. Albeit it is a small arc. Like, it's not a huge amount of chapters in the manga.
Right.
But it's good. There's good it's very interesting because you have Denji, because I've read the manga, or at least I've read that part of the manga. You have Denji that's like on the heels of like crushing on Makima, and then like introduces Rize, and like Rize's interested in him, and then like
Yes.
all the Denji's like going through all this stuff, and like Rize is like putting herself up out there big time for him, and so it's cool to see that struggle with Denji.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, there'll definitely be some service for the fans, I'm sure.
I don't know, we'll enjoy it. Now, going into production, here's the thing. Dan season 3 is currently in production, which you know me, how much I love Dan season 2. I thought honestly it was better than season 1. So I'm super excited about this. You have also, there's claims that Daily Lives of High School Boys is getting a spin-off or alternate version of Daily Lives of High School Girls. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of this anime, but it is a staple in anime comedy. It is
Okay.
so good. Honestly, when I watched it, when you're watching it, it's one of those animes that you sit down and you have no thought process. You're not expecting anything but just a good time. It is a good, warm feeling just to watch. Because when you're watching it, you're like, how do we go from this to this? And it feels like real life. Just if you took
Nice.
3 guys that are just buddies for life, you know, like I would assume, like, say, take you and Ty and just making a video of that, making it into anime. That's how it is. I thought it was very interesting. I watched it with my buddy, and we were watching this, and like, this makes no absolute sense, but at the same time, it was very enjoyable. So I
Interesting.
definitely am excited
It's
to
called
hear
Tales
about
of
that.
High School Boys.
Daily Lives of High School Boys.
I might have to check it out. My buddy's coming
Yeah.
over. Ty's coming over to hang out Sunday night.
I guarantee you Ty's heard of it at least. I
I'm sure
guarantee
he
you.
has. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it's Ty. Come on. But also, what I want to talk about when it comes to production is that there's some failures or some downgrades. Okay, Crunchyroll, again, another topic we never talk about. Never. Crunchyroll subtitles is being very controversial right now.
Yeah.
Originally, we were just thought because of AI, and we'll get into AI in a little bit. But originally, what those who don't know is ChatGPT had it on. I can't remember what anime it was, but there's an anime. Would you know it?
They put like the wrong subtitles
I
on
think
the
I might
wrong
have it
anime.
here. It was flagged.
It was
no, I don't
Lord
have
of
it.
Mysteries. It was Lord of the Mysteries.
Okay.
And it was like a rom-com anime that like.
Well, they changed the audio. That they did Rent a Girlfriend for Lord of Mysteries. Subtitles, they had one part where it literally said ChatGPT / said.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You claim that you don't use AI only for your UI and then also for customer experience, but yet you used it for subtitles? Not looking so good. Well, Crunchyroll is back under the lamp right now because people are noticing there's a change in the subtitles. I don't think if you've noticed it because you've been using Crunchyroll. You've noticed it?
Yep.
Well, okay. Those who don't know what we're talking about, I think it's very noticeable, and I think it's a downgrade.
What's the word? So one, they look a little bit different, and 2, it's not as nuanced. Like, it's clear that like the translation isn't picking up all the nuance that like and like quirkiness that anime has in it, right? Like, there's where you're like, you read it and you're like, that's not how they would say that. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So what we're explaining right now is that Crunchyroll has been changing the way certain words are written. They're also changing. One thing is it's a form of censorship. That's one thing that's going on. But also what's happened too is the fonts, the tones of the actual subtitles themselves. And you're thinking,
they've got
I'm a dub defender. Why would it matter?
Bigger. Like, the fonts got bigger on some of them, and like
the fonts are actually, what I've seen is a little bit smaller. They're taking away the shadow background. The stroke around the
which
text
helps you
is
be
different.
able to actually read it better and faster.
For me, I liked it the old way because the text looked thicker. It looked a little bit more rounded, less sharp. It just honestly looks, if you took a kid who went in Times New Roman, typed it all out, added a little stroke around it, that's what you got.
Yeah.
I wanted a little bit of, character to it. It was a staple. I don't watch sub that much, but I do like seeing a unified font. I don't like having, it just changing all over the place. That right there, I think, is, something not really too much to be worrying about. But at the same time, Crunchyroll, time and time again, has just been letting me down. I'm trying to keep some good grace and say some good things about him, but I don't understand what's going on.
I don't even think it's just Crunchyroll. Like, I made a video the other day about the anime streaming problem, and that just there's so many platforms. And like, for instance, we can talk about One Punch Man season 3 here in a little bit, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna go watch. I was like, I'm gonna watch episode 1 before I make content on this.
And then how long?
Crunchyroll. One Punch Man's not on Crunchyroll.
It was like 5 hours. It was I couldn't remember. It was like a whole day almost until they actually uploaded the video with the subtitles.
One Punch Man is
But then you had
exclusive
pirate
to Hulu.
sites who already
One
had
Punch
it
Man
within
is
an hour.
exclusive to Hulu.
It's
When did that
exclusive to
happen?
Hulu?
Yeah, yeah. And so like, and so it's what I'm getting at is it's not just
Mhm.
Crunchyroll. You have all these apps,
Mhm.
all vying for anime and for
Mhm.
an IP the next IP that's gonna blow up, and like you would think that more competition would make it to where you make your service better,
Right.
but what I really see is I just see a cheapening of the quality in the service across all of them for the most part, you know?
Yeah. So far, what I know is that like Disney owns Hulu,
Mhm.
and also with like Fox Entertainment. So
Disney and
that right
Hulu will
there.
actually fully merge in 2026. Hulu will
Mhm.
go away and
Yeah.
all the Hulu it'll be like Disney Plus and Hulu together, so it's not like Hulu's leaving, but it'll all be in
Right.
one app.
But also to go off of that too is that with the pirate site having within an hour, the government apparently has claimed that they have found the number one anime pirate site. So the one that you might be using, we're not going to say it on here, but the one you might be using might be getting shut down. So you might be needing to looking for other sites, or don't. I'm not advocating for anything, but come on, guys. The issue with this though is that I mean, where there's one, there's going to be 1,000
Mhm.
more. I feel like the way streaming sites need to combat this
Yeah.
is start tightening up, start providing
Yep.
the users what they want. You took away the comment section. That was wrong. You're not uploading the subtitles properly. You're not uploading on the right times, or at least giving communication on your uploading. I feel like those things right there, I think, are the right direction that should start. And there's a whole bunch more I would go
Yeah.
on, but I think right there, I think is something that they want.
Well,
Um,
something that annoys the bejesus out of me too is when so a perfect example is Haikyuu.
mhm.
Haikyuu doesn't have English available on any of the platforms for season 1. It's all Japanese.
Really?
And then after season 1, you can watch it in
But it's
English.
so funny dubbed though. Like just hearing the background
It
characters
it
alone.
doesn't make any sense. At season 2, you can get English because like I was watching it with
Wow.
my 7-year-old and fortunate so he's been learning to read subtitles through that.
Mhm.
But it's like there's no English dub of Haikyuu
Oh
anywhere.
man, he's missing out on so
It's
much.
just it's wild and like I said, it's having all these options doesn't inherently make things better. It makes
Mhm.
it's getting to the point where it's making things worse and it's making
Yeah.
things like where the perfect example is like The Office, right?
Mhm.
The Office was on Netflix for so long,
Oh, we're not
and
doing
now
this yet, Will.
The
Oh.
Office is on Peacock. Well,
Mhm.
okay, so like if I want to watch The Office, I have to sign up for a new app, like
But
like get
we
bent,
said,
right?
but no, it's better.
It, but
I'll bend
see,
over if it's better.
it
I'll bend
doesn't.
over. It's
I agree.
better.
I can understand, but it doesn't matter if it's better. It's just what Western media is doing is
Yeah.
Western media is hoarding content on all these
Mhm.
platforms, and we're starting to see Western media platforms get their
Mhm.
hands into the pie of all these exclusive anime, and
Right.
everything's being hoarded. And like I have been a staunch advocate for non-piracy for a long time. I still don't pirate anime. I still subscribe to all these services. I will
Come on,
100% admit
Will.
it. I've
Follow
been
that
a
yellow brick
staunch
road, brother.
advocate for
Please.
not piracy because I want to be able to just easily press a button because I ain't a
Mhm.
broke boy anymore and be able to have it on my big TV with my nice stereo and just be able to boom convenience, right?
Heck yeah.
But it's to the point where like I understand
Mhm.
the rise of piracy. I understand why more and more people are pirating are choosing to do that
Right.
because it's getting a little ridiculous. Like I
Mhm.
did the math, like between Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, HBO, High Dive, Amazon Prime, and there's one more that I'm missing. There's one more. There's a seventh one. Between all 7 of them, at an average of $10 a month,
Mhm.
$70 a month, just to be able to
Mhm.
make sure that you can catch all of the like. That's not something everybody can afford.
Right.
I can afford that. And we
Mhm.
watched, we have a big family and we watch things on all these different apps, but not everybody can afford $70 a month.
Okay.
So there's people on fixed incomes that love like
Yeah.
you should be able to enjoy your anime if you make minimum wage or you're making $1 million a year. You should be able to enjoy anime. And so I
So
understand the rise of piracy as
right.
things are spreading like this. It's not becoming more convenient. It's not
Mhm.
becoming easier. It's actually
Mhm.
becoming counterproductive and not good for the end user to have
Mhm.
7 freaking apps that you have to search through every new season of anime to figure out, oh, Sanda is on Amazon Prime, but it doesn't have the freaking it doesn't have the Japanese dub for some stupid ass reason. It only has the English dub. And then I
He's
want to go
still
watch
mad
Dub
about
Beyond
that.
the End of the World. That's on High Dive. And then I want to
Yeah.
watch Gachiakuta, but Gachiakuta is on Crunchyroll. And then
Mhm.
Netflix has this one. Netflix has Super Crooks, and it's like, what are we doing? Like,
So
what are we doing?
I mean, we've talked extensively about the situation with piracy and also these streaming sites. We've talked about it multiple times. The problem has still and will always be, if you have a consumer service, you need to adhere to the consumer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy and just keep on pointing at Crunchyroll, but it's just a great example. Crunchyroll got rid of their reviews, their comment section, because a lot of consumers, not consumers, a lot of brands or companies that are wanting to put their animes on this site realized, oh, if they said about this, I don't want to put my site on here. They got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
It made better appeal to brands versus the consumer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you have a good anime, you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, because if anyone knows who's been on the internet for long enough, there's gonna be trolls gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna have someone say something bad about everything. That's how it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I've had people say bad things about me today. And don't get me wrong, I
What?
use Crunchyroll every single day. Every
Mhm.
day I use Crunchyroll because I watch anime every day, and it's typically going to be something on Crunchyroll that I want. And then if I have to go to another platform, I typically get annoyed if I have to go to another platform.
No, I understand.
And so it's
That's
just
it's a first world problem.
it's definitely a first world problem, but it's one of those things that, like, I worked customer service for 17 years, and so, like,
Mhm.
I'm a firm believer in, like, not the customer is not always right, absolutely
Right.
not. The customer is a dumbass a lot of times, but but you should treat your customers and do your best to take the best care of them,
Right.
and provide whatever services it is you're providing. I sold cell phones at AT&T, and I was a waiter for 17 years. Whatever that
Mhm.
service is, you should provide it to the best of your ability. I just don't feel like that's what's happening right now with all of
No.
the anime, all the different app platforms that anime
Mhm.
is on,
Mhm.
spread out everywhere.
Yeah.
Not having, like, the dub, or not having the Japanese dub, but only having the English dub, which is really weird. Or sometimes vice versa, like the English dub is on this app and the Japanese dub is on Crunchyroll,
Mhm.
but the English dub isn't on Crunchyroll. Like, you have to. It's just, I can rant and rave about it forever. It's a
Well,
first world problem for sure. And I say, I might even be a hypocrite because I still pay for the apps because I want the convenience of sitting down and turning on my
right.
Apple TV and saying, click, I want to watch that, and just
Yeah.
watch it. Right.
Yeah.
I am the first one to admit that I am fortunate enough to be able to do that. And I'm incredibly bougie about that. Right. And, like, for all the people that are
Like what
like,
you like.
just pirate, sure. Okay. If that's what you have to do, then do what you got to do. Like, whatever. I'm not telling you what to do, but
Exactly. We're not
there
telling.
right, but there are a lot of people like me who are very busy and want to just be able to sit down and click their remote and pick the anime they want to watch. They don't want to have to
Oh.
worry about plugging their computer into their TV, or
No,
mirroring
Will.
their iPhone and putting up an
Oh.
ad blocker because dirty movies are going to pop up 14 times in a 20-minute episode. Like,
Who's gonna tell you that Sarah lives 5 miles away from you? Okay, who's gonna tell you? Come on, Will. Jeez. All right. First off, I can. Those who are about to say, "Will, you just need to do this, you need that," I've already told them. I've already told them. You don't need to tell them. I've already told them.
he
Okay.
told me, he gave me all the information and all the resources, and I went and I said, I'll just
He's like, "That's too
subscribe to
much
High
work."
Dive.
I was like,
I said, that's more
"It's
work.
two
I'll just
things.
subscribe to High Dive for
It's
$6 a
two."
month. So I admit I
Yeah.
am hypocritical complaining about something that I perpetuate,
I
but I am a customer of these services, and so I deserve to have an opinion. You
so
know?
to understand Will. All right. Like I said, what he said was true because I gave him the secret sauce. Okay, like the Krusty Krab formula. I gave it to him. I gave it to him
On a
willingly.
silver platter.
Willingly. And he's like, that's too much work. Because being in the anime industry for how long I've been, I know the ins and outs. And I know the right way to do what I do. This is the thing. I tell him it's not good enough for him. It's it's not good enough for him. So you know what? Have what you want. That's fine. That's fine.
My brain is so type A. Everything is cost benefit analysis. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Is
Nothing
it
wrong with
worth
that.
having to put up an ad blocker and do this and switch back and forth multiple times throughout an anime so I can save $6 a month, or do
You
I
wouldn't
just
need an
spend
ad blocker,
$6 a
though.
month?
You wouldn't. When I'm get back into this, we're going to talk about service. Okay, because since you brought up service, we're going to talk about service. Okay, because I mentioned earlier in the video, or actually the intro, that the #1 recommended anime of all time. Those are wondering, okay, is it going to be One Piece? Is it going to be Naruto? Is it going to be Bleach? Something in the big three? Dragon Ball, potentially. Sailor Moon? No. Those who know, you're cultured. Kasuga no Sora.
Never heard of it.
I don't know how long you've been watching anime?
24 years.
That baffles me. You've never been recommended, and those who know,
I've probably been
you know.
recommended Boku no Pico more than
Okay,
Yasuga no Sora.
I'm about to say there's only 2 besides Redo of Healer. There's technically 3 that everyone gets who's brand new to anime. So if you're brand new to anime, the 3 recommendations you're going to get, but you should not watch, are Redo of Healer.
Nope.
Well, maybe that one.
I mean, it's not like it's not as bad as the other ones, but it's like
Boku no Pico.
Don't watch
Hell
that
no.
one.
And then Yasuga no Sora. This one, if you understand the list, well, you can kind of tell what happens in this one. This one is taboo on taboo. The most taboo relationship you've ever seen in anime. Originally, it starts out as a boy who moves back to a town or is in a town with his sister, right? All these girls at his school just fall in love with them. You're like, okay, my man, I'm liking what's happening. Then he takes him home. My man, I like what's happening. He does the nasty. Then apparently, I've not seen it. Well,
I've not seen it, by the way.
I've seen clips, so I understand the premise. But apparently, the sister so happened just walks by, does a little domestic girlfriend action, walks by. That's probably something you haven't seen. Why am I doing this, man? So she walks by, sees what happened, and then apparently the brother and sister ... and yeah. It's that anime.
I want to butter your bread, boy.
It is terrible. It is terrible. Everyone says, "Oh, it's so good," until it gets to that part. Maybe, like I said, only snippets. But the 15th anniversary of this anime came out, and they are doing a push because everyone's like, "Oh, we have a project coming. This week." It was released and announced that it's gonna be coming out. Guess what it was? Everyone's like, "Oh, season two." No, it is a new marketing push that they're doing. They're pushing out a new pop-up shop. It's gonna have merchandise. Apparently, some censored and some uncensored. Because in the anime, it's very uncensored.
Of brother-sister love?
I don't know. It's very, very weird. I think there's also a raffle you have to join to be a part of this. And some people are like, tell me where this pop-up shop's happening so I know not to be. But at the same time, I'm like, something's not right here. I can't prove it. Something's not right here, you know? And it makes me wonder, though, because why? 15th anniversary, all these lengths they're going to. Could there be potentially a season 2? Could there potentially be a remake? You already know it's going to get traction. It is the #1 recommended anime besides Boku no Pico and Read of Healer. This has me worried. But we might have to watch it. No, I'm just kidding. So
you can watch it, and then you just report to me, and I'll keep my soul pure.
With talking about the worst animes of all time, let's talk about One Punch Man season 3. I'm sorry, One Frame Man season 3. The anime that we were so right, but no one wanted to believe us. Nope. They dragged us.
Even with episode 1 out, people are still when the trailers were out, people were like, "Dude, the anime is not even out yet. Stop being a hater. Wait for the anime." Mm-hmm. Episode 1 comes out, and I break down. This is why it looks terrible for this, and people are like, "You moron! It's just one episode. Give it more time." And I'm like, "So what? Do I have to wait for half the season?"
The signs are there.
Like all the signs are there, and like my grandma told me, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, looks like a duck, it's a freaking duck. Okay,
Smart
One
grandma.
Punch Man looks terrible.
They're
Here's
quacking.
the crazy thing. It actually, like, the drawing and the coloring and the line work, it looks great.
Great.
It looks so good. There's no movement. Like, even like if you're watching a slice of life anime or some rom-com anime and it's just friends hanging out in a room, there's movement happening. People are interacting with each other, and background characters and things are happening. In One Punch Man, everything's frozen, and then Saitama's like, nothing's moving but Saitama's mouth, and then like you might see him like scratch his head like this, and it's like, and then everything else is frozen. It is very, very obvious that there was little to no animation done. And people are like, well, it'll get better during the fight scenes.
I mean, you have two sides. People who are smart enough to realize that we were right. Because, I mean, how many signs do you need to realize? I'm at the point where even before the anime came out, I understood what was going to happen. Okay, what more do you need? Just accept defeat at this point. Those who are still holding on, because the other side is thinking, they're out here saying, oh, it's just the first episode. They're just setting up. They're just setting up.
I get it. But like, I get it, but it's not setting up, because if the animation was going to be good, the animation in an episode where nothing's really happening would have been good. But like, nothing was animated, right? And I like, and
I don't necessarily need to be good, when the director, at least they need to have the right angles.
Yeah, when the director makes a post and says, "Hey, this isn't going to be up to par with season 1 or season 2. You shouldn't expect that. Please don't harass the staff." When the director says that, come on. If somebody tells you what's up, you should believe them, right? Like,
speaking of the director, a known H director, he made the characters and the angles.
You can tell where they put the
man's provided. He's like, you know what? This isn't going to be a 7 out of 10 anime. At least get like a 6.5. You know, just make the angles right. That'll do enough.
Yo, that one monster lady gives me Madam President vibes.
Dude, first off, I'm sorry, but the amount of detail I saw, what is the telekinetic girl, that the short one, the sister?
The sister,
when she's doing this movement, when she's doing this, the detail.
That's where all the budget went, was that scene, that 2 seconds.
That's where it went.
Yeah.
I'm not hating it.
Channeling her inner Triple H.
Oh gosh, well, that right there, the amount of detail for that, I'm not. I might watch. I might continue watching. I hate to say it, but at the same time,
disappointing, because aesthetically,
very disappointing.
It looks it's beautifully like colored and drawn, and looks really, really good. It's just 1/100th of the frames that it should be. Like, I mean, I understand people like, because I'm not a One Punch Man hater. I loved One Punch Man. I've interviewed Max Middleman multiple times, who is Saitama. He's awesome. I love I have One Punch Man figures literally right there. Genos, Saitama, and Lord Boros chilling right there. Like, I love One Punch Man. But I can see the writing on the wall. Like, I'm a student of anime long enough that
you're not delusional.
Yeah, when I'm looking at a scene and we're on this scene for 10 seconds and all that's happening is a slow zoom and there's one person's mouth moving and somebody else's arm is twitching and nothing is moving, that's not good.
No. I mean, I believe, I'll make a prediction right now. There will probably be 1 or 2 episodes that have great animation. That's all you're going to get. I mean, out of 12 episodes, that's all you're going to get. And then, like I said, it's going to be a 6.5. Honestly, I think it's going to be straight 6 out of 10 at this point.
Yeah.
Starting off with episode 1, how it was, that is. But here's something I did find that was very interesting. And I'm going to read a little tidbit, a little article I found out about someone who said, so honestly, just going to point this out. I was thinking Will. When I first read it, I was thinking Will. Oh no, what did Will say? But a popular anime reaction YouTuber. I'm like, okay, well, Will doesn't do reactions, but a popular anime reaction YouTuber recently called One Punch Man Season 3, Episode 1, trash, saying the animation looked nothing like the earlier seasons.
True.
Me and Will have been saying that for a long time. So if this isn't you, Will, we need to keep our guards up, because what happens next is crazy. While his criticism sparked normal debates at first, things quickly went too far. Some angry fans began digging up his old online history, even sharing screenshots from an old OnlyFans account he had for his YouTube career.
That's definitely not me.
I don't know. I'm be honest, Will, if it's you, I'm very disappointed. I gave you the Krusty Krab formula,
It's definitely not me.
Send a link, brother. Come on.
Oh my
This
God.
situation shocked many viewers, with people pointing out how scary it's become to share your honest opinions, which, granted, this is completely wrong, about anime without risking your personal past being exposed. Will, do you have any skeletons in your closet? Because
Oh,
I mean, we've been dragging it. You have to be ready for it, brother.
absolutely.
I mean,
But I've never had an OF. Does it say who the creator was?
I don't want to say it just for to save face and all that. Y'all can figure out who it is.
You can tell me later.
Yeah. But why, Will? What why? Why? So you're still gonna sword and interest you, but the YouTube creator did?
Oh, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Who it is.
I can't prove it yet, guys. I can't prove it, but I know something's wrong. Gosh, I'm so tired of that meme, dude.
I was
so
a
tired
male
of it.
model for a year.
Yeah.
But
So, no, I mean, honestly, even with this, I still stand what I say about One Punch Man. I still stand by it because
I don't want it to be that way, because One Punch Man season 1 was just such a fun, awesome time. Season 2 was fun and good, while not as good as season 1, but it was still really, really fun, right? Like,
reverse it for me. Yeah.
So same. But like, I'm a fan, and then like to not have anything for 6 years, and then to finally, it's like, okay, why even do it if we're not going to do it right? Why even like wait? I'd rather wait 7 or 8 years and get something good, because what's going to happen is, like, I'm going to drop it if it stays like this. After, like, there's too much out there for
not
me
even
to,
with
like,
the
no, like, if the animation is garbo, I'll just drop it. I'll read the manga. I'll be like, screw this, I'll read the manga. Like, there's too much out there to watch.
That can't save you. I don't know what can.
Yeah.
So the way I see it was Classroom Elite, it had 5 or 6 years in between the seasons. Thankfully, they came back with season 2, and they did a great job.
Yeah.
Season 3 did a great job. So that
Attack
right there
on
made
Titan,
me feel good.
There was
great job. Even though studio
3
changed.
4 years between season 1 and season 2. Like,
and studio change. I still thought it was like, for me, it wasn't that noticeable.
Well, the studio change didn't happen between season 1 and season 2. The studio change happened between season 3 and season 4.
Yes.
There was a decent gap there, but Attack on Titan season 1 came out in 2013, and season 2 didn't come out till like 2016, 2000. It was like 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
So there was a big gap there. So it is possible to like have to wait multiple years and then still come out and freaking knock it out of the park. It's still possible.
It's still possible for High School DxD season 6. You know, we can still wait, brother. There's still time.
They're in middle school.
No, that's the junior.
Yeah, so people are talking about that, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Stupid.
So
Y'all not realize they're in middle school.
High School DxD that's in junior high.
Right.
So if 16-year-old Rias Grimmery Tatas wasn't risque enough, so we're gonna go High School DxD with 14-year-old. Like, what? What are we doing here?
Who needs DxD when you have Togenaki? Okay, so now with us talking about One Punch Man, there is something I do want to talk about that is very surprising to me that's happened with what is it you want to call anime articles, anime stories, whatever the hell you want to call it. Anime study. There was a new anime study that came out that talked about people who watch dark anime. Dark and twisted anime.
Okay, like horror, thriller.
Yeah. Something I'm not a big fan of, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not getting numb to it. But once I read this article, I'm like, okay, I can understand. Because the article states that a new study suggests that people who enjoy dark or morbid humor may actually be smarter and more emotionally balanced. Okay. Now, this maybe did think of a little thing I also read about when it comes to people on the spectrum when it comes to autism.
Okay.
Some of them, they like to listen to sad music. I love listening to sad music. They say the reason why is because it helps them perceive an emotion that they can't really express or understand completely. I'm like, that does make sense to me, because, you know, when it comes to certain emotions and like characteristics, stuff like that, or even just flat out saying certain stuff, I say stuff that, you know, I don't understand how people might not perceive it. I'm like, might be. But here's the thing, though. Researchers found that understanding this kind of humor requires a high level of intelligence and complex thinking. Does it really, though? Do you need to have... No, not fart jokes. Making not dark humor. Why dark humor, and I guess dark anime. Because the study also noted that fans of dark jokes tend to be more emotionally stable, less easily offended, which
Fair,
snowflake
fair.
season, we all know
Yeah,
that, and better at handling difficult
I would
topics,
agree with
which
that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So when it
If
comes
you
to
can
anime, I
handle
could understand that.
if you can handle offensive humor or like
Mhm,
morbid humor, that
mhm,
means that you're just inherently you're not going to be offended by like certain things, like people who wake up every morning and I swear to the good Lord, bless them,
mhm.
they wake up and they're like, all right, what can I be offended about today to give my life meaning?
Yeah,
Go touch grass, my friend. Maybe watch some
yeah.
anime. Your life might be a little more enjoyable.
Watch some dark anime. I mean,
Watch
I've
High School
literally
DxD. Go for it.
so
Apparently, Yusuba Nusora that gets people
Yasuga
going.
Nasora.
Yeah, they're like, there you go,
Yeah.
freaky brother sister
Don't,
weirdo.
don't watch that. Don't watch that. So I was making a video this past weekend, and I was using a clip, or I was mainly talking about a clip, and I was having to watch it to find it for a screenshot of Goblin Slayer, the notorious one episode drop anime that
The
people watch
first
one episode
episode,
and drop it.
I watched
It
the
is.
first episode and I was like,
I felt physically ill watching that.
yeah, it was
I
brutal.
legit was not ready for it. I did not understand it, but everyone's like, you got to get past it. You got to get past it. So I have not been able to get past it because every time I just get reminded of what happened,
Yeah,
and it's a very weird understanding because it makes sense. Listen, if you
yeah,
want to talk about smart, you want to talk about the darkness of it, how I'm intelligent or emotionally stable on this, it makes sense.
yeah.
I still don't
It
feel
makes
good
sense.
watching it
It was a little
because
easier for me to digest because this sounds wild, but like I'm a huge fan of high fantasy. Do you know what high fantasy is? Like
yeah,
high
you like the
fantasy novels.
dungeons,
Yeah, yeah. So high fantasy novels, love them.
magic,
Been
all that
reading them
stuff.
my whole life, right? And some high fantasy like stories
Mhm.
are like family friendly and some
Right.
aren't. Some are very realistic and very graphic, like what might actually happen if this was real stuff. In multiple high fantasy novels, goblins literally take human prisoners and keep them as like sex slaves.
Yeah.
And so that's a concept that I wouldn't say used to, but I've come across multiple times from high
Right.
fantasy novels that like, hey, these are the ultimate bad guys, and this is like one of the things that they do, and it's terrible and
Mhm.
stuff like that, in multiple books. So
Mhm.
I had been exposed to that concept when I watched Goblin Slayer, and I was still like, I was like, oh, this is messed up. Like every time that happens in a book, I'm like, I don't like that. And so I was like,
Right.
maybe I don't need to watch any more of this.
So that's a custom I was not used to when it
Yeah,
comes to watching anime. I hadn't been open to that mindset yet. So if anyone who's not seen Goblin Slayer yet, be warned, this is a big spoiler, but at the same time, it's the
the
whole
goblins
premise of
like
the anime.
rape.
So the
They like
thing with
rapes a
this,
lot.
like I said, I when I watched Goblin Slayer, I was physically ill. Like my stomach
Yeah,
hurt. I didn't feel good the rest of the day. I just couldn't watch any more anime. I had to stop. The reason why is because of what happens. I didn't realize what goblins do. It makes sense in my mind. Trust me, it makes sense. I understand it. It's completely wrong, but I couldn't get past it.
but then
What
you
they
don't feel
do,
bad for the way Goblin Slayer mercilessly just
oh,
butchers
the
goblins
whole
throughout
thing
the
is
rest
called
of the
Goblin
thing.
Slayer, so you know what's going to happen. He's just going to butcher every goblin. But they take people prisoner to produce more goblins. So that makes sense. They need to have a queen. It's like ants. They need to have a queen. But it is so wrong and so messed up to think and just to watch too. So anytime now, I have been traumatized by goblins because of this. Anytime I see a goblin, my favorite isekai of all time, Grimgar or Fantasy Nash. The one thing they're having the most struggle is the easiest mob, which is going to be a goblin. When you're watching, I'm like, I just can't look at goblins the same. It's so hard. I still love that anime. Great anime if you've not seen it. But at the same time, that is a dark one. I had to go back to find a clip of it, and it was again the same exact situation. The picture, man, it was so hard to get. I was like, it it'd be great. A lot of people, it's been trending all over social media. A lot of people want to know where the anime is from. Here I am providing you the anime where it's from. I watched the clip and I was like, okay, maybe I should watch because it's technically from a movie.
Mhm.
Maybe I should watch it because it does seem to look a
What's the
little bit
movie?
better. It was Goblin Slayer, but it
Oh,
was
okay.
Goblin Slayer movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, 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 okay.
and when I was watching, I was like, this seems kind of kiddish at
Yeah.
times.
Mhm.
How can you go from this to being kiddish?
Yeah.
Goblin Slayer baffles me every second of it.
I'll tell
But
you a messed up goblin story. So one of my more recent experiences with like goblins in
mhm,
fantasy there's this book series that I read called The Land. Really, really good. I don't know if you're familiar with the term lit RPG, but it's essentially isekai in book form, basically is what
Okay.
it is. And this one called The Land, there is a game, and once
Hmm.
you reach a certain level in the game, a certain prowess or a certain like stage of power, you get invited to like play the ultimate game. And if you say yes, you get transported to the land, which is another world. And you know, typical isekai stuff, right? So
Right.
in this world, like the main character Richter, he's like, oh sweet, I'm a part of this, you know, real life game.
Hmm.
And like he starts going about things, and like he can die, but only a finite amount of times, but he doesn't know how many times that is, right? So he
Oh,
doesn't know how
okay.
many lives he has. And
Right.
like he has respawn points. And so the respawn points are where you first initially spawn, or if you accident, like you can set a respawn point at like your camp or somebody else's camp or something like that, right? So if you die, you
Mm.
respawn right there. So that's the premise of this, right? So as Richter goes on throughout things, he encounters other people that he
Right.
realizes are people, because like people will say, like somebody said something about Elvis, or somebody had their name. There's a character that's like Ron Burgundy, from not Ron Burgundy, Nick Offerman's character from Parks and Recs. What's his name? I love that
Ron
guy.
Swanson.
Ron Swanson. Yeah, Ron Swanson. There's a character that looks like Ron Swanson. So he realizes,
Mm.
oh, there's some other people in this world that are from
Mhm.
my world. And he meets this guy that's like messed up, like emotionally, like mentally cracked. And he gets the guy to like open up and tell him what happened. So the guy comes into the world, spawns right next to a goblin camp.
Right.
The goblins capture him, abuse him till he dies.
Mm.
He respawns right next to the goblin camp, and they just continued to capture him and abuse him till he died over and over and over and over and over and over and over, until Richter stumbles upon this goblin camp for some quest that he's
Mhm.
on and destroys the camp and sets the guy free. And the guy's like
Wow.
crazy because he's been, you know,
It's gonna
SA'd
mentally
to death.
break you.
Yeah, he's been SA'd to death so many times that he can't count. And like he
Right.
literally never had a chance to reset his respawn point. So that's one of my more recent experiences with the whole goblin trope, like in reading. So you hear all of that in this story after the main characters come in and just obliterated these goblins
Mhm.
and freed all the human slaves, and then finds one human slave that like he realizes is from his world and gets that story. Messed
So,
up.
since we're on the topic of dark animes, and also with talking about SA, something we didn't talk about, and I feel like we could do real quickly about it is 13th episode of Gachiakuta.
Oh, sure. Okay.
That was
I can say a lot about this because there was a
first
lot of
off
crazy opinions on the internet about it.
very, very. I want to get this clear before I say my next statement. Very messed up
Yeah.
and very just wrong episode, but a very well done
Oh,
episode.
it's so messed up, and it's done so well that
So well.
from the moment you see her walking with her mom, you're just like, oh
Mhm.
no,
I'm gonna hate this.
oh, this is
Yep.
gonna suck. This is
And I
not gonna
texted
be good.
Will and I told him once I saw
Yeah,
Amo the first time, I'm like, they're gonna make me like her. They're gonna
yeah,
make me like her somehow. And then episode 13 happens.
yeah,
You don't like her. First off, you want to hug her. You just it's
yeah.
okay.
The
You're
way
safe now.
they so artfully take it from like you hate this character,
The
and I
the
even told you
manga
I was
writer
like,
is a
she deserves,
genius.
yeah, she deserves the
Oh,
beating that Rudo gave her. And then the next
yes.
episode they give you her backstory, and I was like,
Yes.
well, I feel awful for thinking she deserved the beating that Rudo gave
She
her. What the
still
heck?
deserved the beating because yes, she wanted to kill everyone. If they didn't
Yeah,
have that protection, they all would have been dead.
yeah,
She still wanted to kill him. So yes, she deserved the beating. But at the same time, looking at what she's been through, very
yeah,
understandable. When you see her mind break,
yeah.
the way they show that,
It's really, really genius.
amazing.
Like
Showing it as a child
like a
drawing
child's
pictures
crayon drawing. Yeah, it's
because
really.
her mentally, she's a
Mhm.
child.
It's showing it from her perspective, which I thought was
It's
beautifully done. It was
well, well
beautifully done,
done.
and still kept it. It was still incredibly tragic and traumatic that you know what's happening, Oh, I got in a
Yes.
big argument with somebody online. I posted a picture that wasn't even about Gachiakuta. It was like
Mhm.
the top 5 anime of the week or something, and one of them was Gachiakuta, and it was that guy's face in the crayon
Mhm.
drawing. Like that was just the
Mhm.
thumbnail for Gachiakuta. And
Mhm.
all these people start talking about it, and this one guy's like I think that they downplayed the seriousness of what was going on because of the way they portrayed it. Because his defense
How
was
so?
them portraying it as a child's drawing didn't make it seem as serious as it should. He literally was saying they should have made it more graphic because it's that that bad of a situation. And everybody, I was like, dude, anybody that's an adult watching that knows exactly what's happening. Like, you don't need it to be graphic and like see what's going on to understand. I was like, frankly, you saying that you needed it to be more graphic to like do it justice is really
Mhm.
freaking weird. Like, that's very strange. Like,
I can
it's
understand the perception of that
yeah, but
if
like,
you're new to anime, but I mean that's right there. I'm not claiming this, but that's just that tourist
yeah,
mentality.
it's an
Because if you
artistic
watched it,
representation of it's taking two themes
it
that
is
conflict.
art.
Yeah,
Because
it's done
what you did
well.
right here, you took something that's supposed to be beautiful, innocent,
Yeah.
and showing the corruption of it, a child's drawing,
Mm-hmm.
innocence, showing what's going on is wrong, completely messed up, and showing how it's twisting her
Yeah.
brain, not knowing what true love is, not knowing what affection is,
No.
not knowing even just simple maturity level of
Mm-hmm.
what she's supposed to be at. All this stuff that's happening to her, and the only way she can perceive it is through her drawings.
Yeah.
That right there was well
Yeah.
done. I mean, you took something that
They
was supposed
portrayed
to
it
be
the same way
innocent
in the manga
and made
too.
it
So
dark.
it gives big props to the mangaka for like the way she thought about portraying that. And like
Done
it
a
honestly
great
makes
job.
me think that the mangaka probably has some type of personal connection with that type of abuse, either like with herself or like with somebody in her family or somebody that she knows personally. It makes me think she has some type of
I
connection.
think she did a great job.
Yeah.
I think she did a great job. And whether the fact of all that stuff, I mean, I hope that's not true. But at the same time, did a great job. It stuck with me so long because like it's not where when we're talking about Goblin Slayer, how it affected me like that.
Mhm.
It's more of like, man, stuff like this
What
happens in the
what
world. This
she
is messed
did
up.
was she made it to where you would never forget that scene without
Hmm.
showing you something gross,
Oh, and I'm
right?
gonna tell you right now, if you get to the end, the pain, the anger out because I was watching this on my
Yeah.
phone. I was about to throw it. I was so angry. Did you get to the end and
Yeah.
you saw what happened?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, Will, I had to do something I don't usually do. I had to spoil myself.
Oh, no.
I needed to know. Well, I had to. I needed to
What did
know.
you go read the manga, or what did you need to know? Don't spoil it for me, but
Okay. I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't. I needed to know. If you don't need to know, that's fine.
the fact
Um,
that
I had to.
Gachiakuta is one
I had
of
to
the
look at the
best
spoilers.
the fact that Gachiakuta, this might sound bad. I don't mean for this to sound bad. Hear my heart when I say this. The
Hmm.
fact that Gachiakuta is one of if not the best new anime currently in my opinion, and it's written by a female mangaka is
Hmm.
awesome because some
Hmm.
of the best anime of all time is written by female. Full Metal Alchemist,
Correct.
Hiromu Arakawa, female.
Hmm.
Demon Slayer, written by a woman, right?
Hmm.
Inuyasha, written by a woman. Like
Hmm.
some of the best anime ever made the manga has been written by women, and so I
Hmm.
love that this is written by a woman, and like it's you're an awesome shonen,
Yeah.
but because of her feminine perspective, she can show things in a different way that men wouldn't think to show, but she's also writing the female characters pretty freaking well.
Hmm.
Like the female characters aren't just vapid eye candy like okay, let's be honest, like they are in Bleach. No, they're powerful. Like they do have like important tasks, and the females in
Bleach
Bleach are
do have the
awesome,
best females.
but they
Yeah.
definitely are very very blessed, right? The Bleach ladies are very blessed, and they have lots of powers too. They are very powerful.
I will say this. I mean, I saw a video of yours. I think you were asking like who's like the best anime crush of all time. Everyone's gonna say Bleach. I don't remember her name, but the one with the blue eyes and the orange hair and the
Rangiku.
amazing talent that she has.
Orihime.
No, not Orihime.
I think it's
That's
Rangiku.
the
Rangiku.
yes,
She's a vice captain.
yes. I think that yes.
Mhm. Yeah, she's the most blessed one in the whole show.
Well, obviously, but at the same time, I mean, very very well done. Even without the enhancements that the artist did.
Yeah.
very, 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 in my opinion, very appealing
Dude,
anime.
the creator of Bleach, Tite Kubo, he made a
Mhm.
post recently because Bleach has been getting a lot of, I don't know what the right, but Bleach has been getting a lot of negative attention because of Demon Slayer's popularity. People saying that Demon Slayer should replace Bleach in the big three. And so like, yeah, that's
Oh
what,
my!
but
I'm
Bleach has been
so
getting a lot
sick of
of
this
criticism.
argument.
And so Tite Kubo made an announcement that basically said like, hey,
Mhm.
if you think you can do a better job, then I recommend you become a mangaka and create something that's better than Bleach.
I mean, if you can do it, man, you know.
And he
If you
was like,
can,
and if you can't draw, I recommend you start practicing so you can draw. And
yeah.
if you just don't have the talent for it, then I recommend you learn how to edit, or I recommend you learn how to storyboard and do all this stuff. And I was just like, yes, good job.
So, I mean, pretty much taking it into their hands, I think that's a good thing because that actually leads into our next topic I want to talk about, and probably Will's favorite topic actually would be the My Hero Academia. They came out with a list. All right.
They've done this every year of like the rankings of the most
Really?
popular characters. Yep.
Okay. Well, apparently people are up in arms about the rankings this year
It's kind of
because
wild.
this is the first I'm hearing about it. I've never heard about it before, so you definitely know it's a big deal then.
You know who's been number one every single time?
Really, it really has been. Why?
Everybody loves Bakugo, man. Everybody loves Bad Boy.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
He told
think.
Deku to unalive himself, and everybody loves him for it.
I guess. Okay. So going through this list, Will, do you have the list with you?
I can pull it up real quick.
Okay. So for those who are wondering right now, I feel like there's a lot of, in my opinion, before first started watching My Hero Academia, Todoroki would have been my number one. You know, Midori or wow, Izuku Midoriya would definitely, of course, everyone wants to be the
Deku?
fan favorite. Yes,
Who calls
Deku.
him Izuku? Do you even watch My Hero Academia? You freaking casual? Golly, what's wrong with you?
I'm gonna take a break, guys. I'm sorry. No, so I'm reading off of here.
I swear we're friends.
I didn't mess up the
friends.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So literally with this, Deku is supposed to be a fan favorite the way the show sets up, but honestly, I was a big fan of Todoroki. Todoroki was the reason why I started watching My Hero Academia.
Todoroki got number 3, Deku got number 2.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a big letdowns happen throughout this. So, do you have the list with you? Okay, let's start at number 10, and then just go down the list, and then let's see if we agree with it.
The fact that, Aoyama for number 10.
Okay,
The betrayer.
Who is that?
The betrayer, the one who betrayed the I don't want to spoil. That's a big spoiler. He's a betrayer, right? Aoyama. He's the laser belly guy.
Oh, that is a big spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say is he's a betrayer.
Oh, the bling guy, like yeah.
I'm so shiny or whatever.
Yeah.
I can bling like 1,000 suns or some crap like that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then number 9, which is interesting that he's number 9, is Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wanted me to just go down the list?
So Shigaraki at number 9 really does surprise me.
Even though I thought he would be higher.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly. Because I mean, Quirk alone, his backstory and how prominent he's been throughout the whole show and how consistent he's been.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's a little messed up.
Some of the higher ranked characters got me a little confused, but Dobby at number 8 again. I
don't understand it.
I thought that would be higher because he's such a great villain.
Bad boy, better than Bakugo in my opinion.
Such a great villain.
His understanding makes sense. He's mentally twisted though, but his reason perfectly fine. But like his backstory is dark. I did watch that. Yeah, like recently, really just to understand a little bit more because I didn't really pay attention that well to it.
His backstory
it's so sad.
Really sad.
Really, really sad.
Yeah, like at watching his backstory.
Yeah,
it chokes me up. Watching his backstory as a father with 3 sons, and I see that, and I'm like, man, I hope I hope my kids never feel that way. You know, like
no.
Super messed up.
No, I mean, at the same time though, you've been the one like defending Endeavor for like 3 days straight at one point.
I'm not defending Endeavor. I'm defending the fact that people say he's a terrible character. He's a fantastic character.
He was necessary. He was necessary for the story.
It's a really powerful story. I'm not saying he's good or defending. I'm just saying the arc is like his story arc is one of the better written ever.
Right.
Number 7 is Hawks, which
Understand.
I'm not surprised. Cool
A lot of
character.
people liked it for the voice though too. I mean, also kind of attractive dude. So I understand that.
Speaking of Endeavor, number 6 made it to the top 10, which is I'm honestly surprised by that. I'm surprised he made
Shouldn't
it to
even
the top
be on
10.
there if I'm being honest.
Yeah, because
really
I didn't
shouldn't.
think enough people would like him enough to vote for him to be in the top 10, to be honest with you.
No, I agree.
Which is I get that. Like, I understand that my opinion that Endeavor is a fantastically written character isn't necessarily the popular one, so I get that.
Right.
Number 5 is an interesting one. Kirishima.
Isn't he Red Riot?
Red Riot, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
he's
Dude.
at best a side character.
Okay.
Yeah. He has like one tiny arc where he has like a good battle.
But his understanding, his reasoning, again, very well done. His backstory, loved it. I watched a video, like an edit of it, and dude, anime TikTokers are going crazy with edits recently. They did his backstory, and I was so amped about it. Like, I've been wanting to talk about that for the longest time. Red Riot's backstory is amazing. It is first off, it's motivational.
Yeah.
I mean, and the way he just keeps going, especially when he's fighting and he just goes like, what's his ultimate skill? He goes,
it's where he does. I can't remember exactly.
It's like he just gets really, really hard.
Yeah, he does that.
Man, gets really hard.
Kind of looks like a monster.
It looks crazy.
Fun fact about Kirishima is he is voiced by Justin Cook, who is also Yusuke Urameshi.
Really?
Yep.
Very different. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Number 4 would be Aizawa. Not surprising. Aizawa is an awesome character.
Great teacher.
I think he's great. Number 3, Todoroki. Best boy.
Again, basically. I feel like honestly he should be a little bit lower on this list because of just, like I said, I feel like they just written him down. He's just a downgrade season after season.
Super prominent in the first few seasons, and then he like took a back seat. But he actually, and spoiler alert, becomes one of the most powerful heroes in Japanese society. Number 2, Deku, and then number 1, King Explosion Murder, aka Bakugo.
I don't get it. Like I said, I loved it when during the the training arc or the competition arc they did. He goes up to him, supposed to do a motivational speech and all that. I'm gonna win and all that, you're all gonna lose type of situation, get out of my way. Like, it's just biggest mic drop ever, dude.
I do have a similar opinion about Bakugo as I do about Endeavor. Like, his shift is really, really cool, and it's an important shift for people to see, because he's perceived as just being a bully, but then like he and Deku work stuff out, and then he explains like why he felt that way, like why he was actually jealous of Deku, because he actually idolized All Might the whole time too. And there's even a scene where he says, where Bakugo's crying and like having an inner monologue and holding his All Might card and saying, "How come you picked him? Why would you pick him and not me? All I ever wanted to do was to make you smile, and you picked somebody with no quirk and ignored me." And like, Horikoshi does a really freaking good job of making you empathize and feel for these characters that you might have previously disliked or hated. And like, I just watched the scene, like the final battle. I'm not gonna spoiler.
No, that's what I wanted to actually transition to. Anyone who's watching after this point right here, I'm just doing a little advertisement right now.
Fast forward.
Spoilers. We're about to talk about the recent season of My Hero Academia, and this is going to be complete spoilers. If you're not caught up
or you don't want spoilers, maybe just skip like 5 minutes. The final battle with, because I've read the manga, right? The final battle with Toga and Ochako. It's gut wrenching. Like, it's really, really good and really well done. And what does Horikoshi do? He flips everything on your head that you thought about this evil girl Toga, and like helps you to identify and connect with her and be like, oh, wow, that's really messed up what she had to go through. And then like, she ultimately sacrifices herself to save Ochako after she stabbed her to death. Like, just Horikoshi does such a good job of making you flipping your emotions on their head about what you thought about the villains, or even like good characters that weren't really nice. It's masterful character writing, in my opinion.
I mean, that leads to my next question. you've obviously watched the recent episode, correct, of My Hero?
Yeah. The most recent one.
So, how did you feel about Bakugo coming back?
Well, I'd already read the manga, so I knew it was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. But even watching the anime, was there any kind of feeling that you got from it? Because a lot of people were just going ballistic over it. The emotions that are going crazy.
Great. You got to understand that the last season, or not, there was a massive cliffhanger where everybody thought Bakugo was dead. And reading the manga, I would remember reading it on a plane, and I was like, what? Like literally
land this now. I'm about to lose it.
Yeah, like you literally think he's dead for so long, and then like he gets up, and it's a badass moment, and he's holding that All Might card, and it's just again it's masterful writing on Horikoshi's part, where like all this shit's happening, and like oh my god, what are we gonna do? Who? There's nobody left. There's nobody left. Deku is barely holding Shigaraki back. There's no one left, and then. You see Bakugo, and you remember that Edgeshot sacrificed himself to basically go into Bakugo's body and stitch his body back together. And like, here rises up Bakugo, and it's just like, you're like, oh, okay. All right.
I mean, and we've taught this multiple times too. And that's why we keep on talking about, because when you have a manga artist, I mean, not even the person who draws, I'm talking about someone who makes a beautiful manga that is it's just art at that point. When they write a story so beautifully, they have an end goal. And like we talked about it too, how Bakugo always had his hand in his pocket, always in his pocket, always in his pocket.
Yeah.
Never knew why.
Yep.
Until you get to, 5 seasons later.
Yep.
You finally understand. And he's still holding on to the freaking card.
In his pocket, holding that All Might card because he was too nervous to ever ask All Might for his autograph.
It is amazing how they could just do something like that. Have something you might not notice until you get there.
And then
the signs were always there.
Where you think Bakugo's dead and his blood is on the crumpled up All Might card that he took with him into this massive battle. It's little things like that. And it's reasons like that I can't stand when people just say My Hero Academia is mid or My Hero Academia is trash. No, maybe you're just borderline stupid because you can't actually see good writing. Maybe
to be fair, it was the fandom. I mean, it's died down a lot, but the fandom did halt me from watching it.
Yeah,
it was horrendous. It was so bad, and it's still bad. But at the same time, it's better now though.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the shipping wars were just brutal, and you couldn't mention anything about My Hero at one point on social media. You couldn't.
Doing research for a video that traumatizes you. I did a video about the crazy My Hero Academia shippers. Yeah, don't Google that. Don't Google that.
There's some messed up stuff on that. We're not even gonna give that a lot of day.
Don't Google that.
But I'll tell you, man, it has been crazy.
Cool. I can't wait because the next episode comes out this weekend, and so
I think it's tomorrow.
So
no, that's
have you read the manga? Do you know like what's happening? Okay, well then I don't want to spoil.
I barely remember last season. Okay, I'm
gonna
be honest.
Bakugo enters the battle, and it's it's so good.
I'm excited. I think that it's going to be a really good. I mean, like we said before, this fall season has been very, very bad. It's got me to the point where I'm actually watching older anime now.
Dude, I was just about to say, I mentioned this before, and we can kind of wrap up on this note. And there's other things we wanted to talk about, but like, hey, it happens. I mentioned before, so Kingdom season 6 came out, so I started watching season 1 again. And while the animation is weird, it's so good. It's so
Reoccurring's doing great.
Yeah,
it's just the new anime sucks.
But I was like, now let's go back to something older to see what's up. And like Kingdom is something I would highly recommend if you like period pieces and you like stuff like that. It's really well done.
I will say all of our predictions have been true about this new fall season. They've all been true. The only one that kind of did throw me for a loop, because like I already said, the one with the Beastars knockoff one that everyone's freaking out about it.
Yeah,
I told you. I didn't want to listen. Whatever.
I saw a scene from that where she he's licking her throat, and I was like, "That's a no for me, dog. I'm good." That's weird.
Hey, no pun or
no pun intended.
But at the same time, the thing is though, is like the one that disappoints me is One Dance, because I knew it was going into it.
But I read about it.
Everyone's ripping it.
Garbo.
It's because it is the worst. Like it looks like AI dancing. It is terrible. I really am disappointed about that, but at the same time, I still believe it's a good story. It's like if you took High School Musical and turned it into a dance. That's pretty much what it is like, and then premise. But before we wrap this up, I do want to do something we haven't really done. I thought this was pretty cool when I read it, and I was actually going to read it to Will too, so you can hear it for the first time because I thought it was pretty cool. Shout out to one of our commenters on Spotify. Yes, for those who comment on our videos on YouTube or Spotify, be sure that we do read them and see them all. I try to do my best to respond to all of them, but this one right here, I haven't responded, but I will before this video ends or after this video ends. But it comes from, I don't even want to pronounce the name. I'm just going to spell it right now. NKSCHWASS. I don't know how to pronounce that, but he said this, which actually it makes me realize, and it shows our reach now, Will. So probably this push you a little bit further, make us want to do a little bit more when it comes to this. But I just realized that I follow these guys on TikTok, and I didn't know they had a podcast together. I guess we're at that part now. I mean, first off, glad you're here, buddy. Glad you're here, man.
I love it.
But I mean, shout out to Joseph right now. Unko Nula, also shout out to you, brother. Recently, Ricky Jones, shout out to you guys also who've been commenting on it. But I thought that was a really, really cool comment. I was like, man, we've been advertising on all of our social medias. That hasn't pushed you to here. You just, I'm assuming, randomly found us one day.
And it's like, hey, I watch those guys' TikToks.
Yeah.
Hey, man, and I want to say to everybody that is watching and listening, like the growth is ramping and it's really exciting. You said we just either have or about to pass 500 followers on.
We did
on Spotify, which is huge.
Yeah.
We're close to hitting 500 subscribers on YouTube, which is freaking huge. We're about to hit 2,000 followers on TikTok, which is huge. And so it's like,
and then actually before, while we were recording that episode for last week, so this is episode 20. First off, episode 20.
This is episode 20?
This is episode 20, dude.
Right.
So episode 19, we reached over 5,000 plays, streams, downloads, all of that for the podcast.
That's awesome. Wow.
That's crazy. While we were recording episode 19. So if you took that into perspective,
that's cool.
18 episodes. Not bad.
That's really cool.
That's it's very interesting. Also very exciting. It's only the beginning. It really is. It's only going up from this. I'm enjoying this, man. More and more, I'm enjoying this. And like we said too, we are looking at getting guests on here. We are talking to a lot of people. We're still, like I said, we are still looking, and I think the first guest will be Taylor. We've got of anime, or Taylor reviews anime.
We just got to get him locked in on the right day, and that'll be a lot of fun.
It's just scheduling issue right now because he goes to bed when we're like waking up, brother.
He has the opposite schedule because his wife works nights. So he sleeps at night so that he can have the same schedule as his wife. So he's literally
he sleeps during the day. Yeah,
he's also my editor for like half of my content, and so like I got like a small window every day to communicate with him.
Oh yeah, you have to do it real quick, man, when he's awake or right before. That's how it was with my editor too, and all. Yeah, like always. He was going to bed like right when I got home. I'm like sending him stuff. He's like, yeah, all right, I'm going to bed.
He's getting up and getting going right when I'm getting ready to go to bed. And he's like, I'm waking up and doing things. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll view all and so I'll get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and have videos after.
But that works though. I think it's a good thing though, because like you record during the day, he does the editing. You wake up and you're like, all right, fresh eyes, and it can get bad if you need like retouches, but it's fine.
He's great. He's a great dude. I've hung out with him at Anime Expo, and he's just one thing I'll say just as a preface, and then like to kind of wrap it up for when everybody we do have him on the podcast. He has larger followings than both of us by a large margin, and he's got a pretty big following. But what I'm getting at is for somebody with a large following. Seeing him interact with other people at a convention, never asking for anything, and constantly offering to help, constantly offering to help somebody with something. And my experience with most creators is either they're wanting something from you, or they're holding everything really tight and refusing to like.
That's not been Taylor at all.
And to help. And that's not how he was. He's like, let me help you. Or let me give you this contact. Or here's this advice. Or I'd be happy to help you with this.
Sometimes he'll give you advice when you don't want advice. But at the same time, that's just him. He's willing to help out even when you don't ask for it. Really good. He helped me out a lot when I was changing my content too. And it's been good. He's a good guy.
He's a solid dude. But maybe we'll have him on next week or the next week. We'll just have
to
try.
See.
We'll just have to see. But we're pumped about the growth, everybody, and it's because you guys listen and watch. And if you're wherever you're listening or watching, if you're not following and subscribed, please do. That helps. It It's a little click, and then you'll get notifications when we put new stuff up as we continue to grow. And who knows where we'll go. My goal, because I do get to interview a lot of our favorite voice actors, my goal is to start bringing some of those guys on, because it is virtual. And so it's very easy for them to just, to jump on their computer and do it. And maybe we'll be able to get Sean Schemmel on one day. Maybe we'll be able to get Chris Sabat. Maybe we'll be able to get Alex Lee, Bryce Papp. These are guys that I've interviewed, and
I'm putting that out in the universe. We will.
Yeah, there's a couple that I know. So like Bryce Papenbrook, awesome guy. If you don't know who Bryce Papenbrook is, he's Eren Yeager, he's Inosuke, he's Kirito.
I would love that, man. That'd be amazing.
He's such an awesome dude. He's very kind. And if
it's a good heart.
I'm going to try. I bet if I ask him and it works out for him, we'll probably be able to have him on sometime. So we're going to start working on that too. And just fun stuff that's going to start happening. And we just appreciate you guys. And wherever you're listening or watching, if you're not subscribed or following, just do that. And it helps us a ton. And if, we can get to the point where this is monetized and, things get going bigger and better, who knows, right? Who knows? If we start,
it wouldn't just be one episode a week. It'd be multiple episodes.
Right. Yeah. Or maybe we'll actually get to go to conventions together and do like special episodes at a convention together with somebody.
Oh, that's going to happen.
Right?
That's going to happen.
All kinds of cool stuff that you can do. So
I've been getting my gear ready. I got my little interview stick right here.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys watching and just following and subscribing and watching, like that is the biggest thing that you can do for us is watching the content and following and enjoying it. That's all we really want at this point. Like there's nothing more we could ask from you guys. So I'm having a lot of fun. It is a lot of work. We have a really cool, we have a great strategy. If you don't know, like we're putting out with the podcast every week, we're putting out podcast, 3 to 4 videos and 5 shorts. So we're putting out 10 pieces of content every week. That's a lot for 2 dudes that have all their own separate
no time to do this stuff,
right?
though.
Like we also make our own.
We have families,
separately.
We have jobs, we have other fulfillments we're supposed to do, and to do this, like with our own social media stuff, to do this too, it's stressful, but at the same time, well, it's not stressful.
It's
fun. I'll enjoy it. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. Like I said, this is my favorite part of the week. Always doing this. I enjoy it.
There's always a lot of times where I'm like, okay, I'm tired, but this is gonna be fun. Let's do it. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So,
and then like we have a set goal for tonight, and then we just ADHD. We said it was gonna happen.
That we wanted to talk about, but
no,
whatever.
I just realized that now too. And I feel so bad.
Yeah, well, it's all good. Until next time, guys. We'll see you next week.